题吗？是刘宇吗？那个胖胖的女生。哦，黑城。
No, I'm just worried. I hope he will explain us how to do it. Because they say this is, analyze the cost and risk.
And the deadline is like in a month from now, 7th of March.
For the
7th of March. 7th of March.
哎，你们有没有看那个 project preparation?
I feel worried that we have to make the presentation before the report.
Yeah, so you have to done the report anyway. You have to finish the report.
Most like the time.
不是，我说那个医生。
什么呀？什么呀？
预设的这些题目，就其实也不多，因为我们是跟双方
这想起来，
你用美图秀秀出来不也是这样？
我处理了一下，我只用这个加了个滤镜，
应该不能吧？
你看这里不是有个滤镜吗？
哎，我也不知道，应该可以吧？因为我看它既然放在这里了，应该都可以。
We can finish this and then after that finish with the other initiative. Like here we have to choose this one. But if we have to choose one, we have to decide which of the two ones we do.
10点。
Yes, it's very early. I really don't think he's going to explain how to do it. I think it's really theoretical stuff.
给他的钱给汉林，
哎，我们
什么钱呢？
就他第一钱。
你问的呀。
有了 open data innovation。
The other option is
semantic 有，大概是不是 semantic web？
对。
它这个有没有什么分组
？semantic web。那个就2个人一组。那个没有分组吧？那个没有分组。
那个是 e-business 和2个人一组。
那个 semantic web 没有分组。
我混进去了大神组，感觉 software 那些全都是大神。
是吧？是安迪他们吗？
是那个，你知道 Uncle Bill？ 就这几个。
我看拿这个。都不认识这几个。
所以你应该见过，但是你应该没有见过。
Does he explain this stuff or we have to learn it by ourselves?
Concurrent.
Can I move it together?
Time credit.
You always decide like did you read the assignment? I still haven't read the 8 pages. I hope he explains more. It's for web development, This is completely new for us.
你们有没有你们都读书是吧？对啊，我还要查宿舍的事情。我还想问一下你们有没有考宿舍的东西？你要想一想你们自己做好是吧？不用什么检查宿舍，进宿舍看一个。我也有啊。
But I don't know if it's exactly the same topic he said. I'm not really sure. And I don't really remember.
就对你来说是我们有的人收到了通知，有的人没有收到，我都不知道。
收到什么通知？
就
为啥要查宿舍？反正没有。
查了。 咱应该都上课，上不掉。我这好久都没看到。啊。
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, welcome so we're kicking off thinking about the project. We had one lecture last Friday, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what they told you then. All I know is they said, hey, you've got a couple of lectures on the Monday, so, and I want you, so I'm supposed to tell you a bit about how to, about projects and web technology, particularly, because you're on the web technology, yeah? Yes. Good. Right. So perhaps you could start off by briefing me about what you were told on Friday. Okay, just so that I know how to take it from here. That invites audience participation. That's where you open your mouth and I keep my mouth shut.
Can you explain briefly the coursework we will have to do? For
this module?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you've got 3 coursework. They are a poster, research review, and
plan.
And a plan. Okay.
Yeah.
And these are all, so these are posters, research review and plan around what exactly? What?
A research we have to do. I'm not sure about our summer project. I don't know if it has to be the same topic again, so.
Okay. Okay. So this is a project preparation topic. So in some module. So in some ways, it's a module that's entirely separate from the summer project, but it's supposed to prepare you for the summer project. So you get to think about. So you're not actually doing your summer project at the moment. You're not starting it, right? Because the university has a rule, and many universities will have a rule that says you can't submit the same work for 2 different exams or 2 different modules, okay? So if you started your project now, you wouldn't be able to use it in the final thing. But you are allowed to prepare and find out about the area and sort of make some plans you can make some plans for what you're going to do in the project, but you don't actually start the project now. So it's a bit of a fine distinction, but I'll get that away. So you'll end up doing a poster and some research review around the topic that you'd like to do for your project. So that will help you to understand the area, help you to decide how to run your project, and then your research plans will be, well, if I have chosen, for example, let's think of a web topic, I don't know, Bitcoin, right? I don't know, cyber currency somehow. Then you'll do research. Your research report will be looking at cyber currencies, finding out what other people have done, what's interesting, what areas need further work, where there are unsolved problems, the sorts of things that you might do. You then do a poster summarising that, yeah, and then what you do is you do a plan for some research. So, well, I think I'd like to do make some kind of dashboard to monitor all the different cyber currencies, all the different variations of Bitcoin there are, and how much each is worth on a day-by-day basis, and show you that, so. And to do that, I'd need to find out about the APIs and get a list of all of of the different currencies and work out where the exchanges are, and I need to work out how to use D3 or something like that, some visualization thing that will let me draw a graph on the screen. And I'm going to have to do some research, and I'm going to have to do some development, and this is how the timing will work out, and here's my Gantt chart, and those kind of, that kind of detailed plan. But we're right at the beginning at the moment, and one of the first things that you need to do is actually work out what topic you'd like to address for your project, okay? And how many of you have some idea of what sort of thing you'd like to do for your project? If you think, I don't know the details, but I pretty much know what I want to do, can you put your hands up? So, we've got one person that's not particularly confident about it, because his hands are down here. Okay, so tell me what you're thinking about doing, if you don't mind.
It's about the web platform that basically solves the problem of how businesses pack their products to ship them, so they save on codes for shipping and stuff. But
how they park there?
Yeah, there's a mathematical problem behind how parking occurs, so I need to...
Oh, parking cars?
Yeah, parking boxes.
Packing
boxes.
Packing.
Okay.
You beg your pardon.
Yeah.
So you beg your pardon. It's Monday morning. I haven't.
Okay, so basically there's a mathematical problem behind that.
Right.
And then when you solve that, you can get codes through APIs from shipping companies and get the cheapest code instead of just randomly packing stuff and sending it.
Oh, okay. Okay, clever. So I like that idea. So you've got quite a specific idea about a specific sort of problem that you can solve, and you can deliver some kind of web, sort of web solution. And the web is fundamental to that because it means going and getting lots of data from different companies and comparing prices and offering them to users. So that's a nice project, and it's very much in the sort of innovation space. You could go and make a company out of that, out of a successful product like that. And so one of the things that you might try to do is to look around at all the other companies that are working in this area, or find out what the opportunities are. So you've got space to do that. Whereas someone else might be looking at a much more abstract problem where it's not quite so close to the market, and they wouldn't be looking at that end of the problem. They'd be looking more at sort of research that's been done, how you solve a problem, how you put it together into a system. There's all sorts of different kinds of projects that you can do in all sorts of different areas. And I want to help you to think about those, because I want to take you back to the first thing I said to you when you arrived. And do you remember I told you about the difference, certainly in the UK system, between your first degree, your bachelor's degree, a master's degree and a PhD? And I said the point about the bachelor's was about making you competent, technically competent in an area, whether that's computer programming or whether that's law or chemistry, that after you've been through a university education at bachelor's level, you would know the things that you need to know to be a professional and work in that field. Okay? The master's degree is all about, if you remember what I said, it's about being an expert in some part of that field. So having more expert knowledge, right, and working with the latest techniques and the latest tools and the latest ideas and theories and understandings, not just the things that people had written about in textbooks 20 years ago, but the things that have only just sort of happened or emerged, okay? So it's all about being as the Americans would say, on the cutting edge, or pushing the envelope, or things like that. Whereas a PhD is much more about inventing something completely new and creating a new thing. So in the masters, it's kind of between those two things, and depending on the sort of thing that you're trying to do, you'll find yourself a bit more this way or a bit more that way. But what you shouldn't do, and what I'd like to remind you again, is that you shouldn't think, oh, I know how to do a project because I did a project in my first degree. Perhaps I wrote a program, and I know how you find a problem, you try and solve it, write a program, and then you give lots of documentation, and you show the system testing, and you have an evaluation, and you write a manual for it, and you show the Gantt chart of how you did it, and you describe your development processes. We assume, in the master's level, that if you're writing a program, you know how to do that, and we're not going to, we don't want to see that all repeated all over again. What we want to see is something different. And so what we want to see is that you know how. So in fact, I've got the aims of the module. This is not the aims of the project preparation module. This is the aims of the project module that you'll be doing in the summer. So the aims of the module are to give you the opportunity to demonstrate advanced knowledge of your specialist subject. Okay, so the emphasis is on advanced knowledge, you demonstrating advanced knowledge. Now this is for all of the computing-based MSc projects, so not just web technology. So you should think this is to give you an opportunity to demonstrate advanced knowledge of web technology in particular. It's to provide you the opportunity to work in a research-led environment, i.e. at a university where you're thinking about what are the new things, what's been invented, sort of people with supervisors who are aware of invention and innovation around the web, and to develop research skills and prepare you for a career in research and development. So it's a career where you are not just doing the same old thing, where you're not in a company writing a payroll program, all right, or doing, sort of doing that kind of thing. What you're doing is you've got the kind of career where you're working with a company who are making new kinds of products, okay, or you're making products in new kind of ways and want some competitive advantage. So you're having to look around and find new things, or work out what new things are appropriate, okay, either because you're creating a new kind of program, a new kind of web service, or because you're trying to work out, well, should I be using this new framework from Google? Should I be using some kind of microservices architecture, sort of that Amazon are pioneering, or should I be trying to use another kind of development infrastructure, which will help me to solve my problems better? So you've got to think about that. So that's the sort of thing you want to do. I mean, there's all sorts of things that I could show you about, how the project will be evaluated, how you get your marks, and perhaps I'll do that next week, because I want to think more about what help you think about your topic at the moment, and what kind of thing that you'd like to do. So we've got one person who has an idea about their project. How many of you think that you are, strong on programming, that creating a new web service, by programming it, will be the kind of direction you want to go in? Yeah, Becky. I'm not saying you are the world's best programmers, but I think you feel confident to do that. Can you put your hands up sort of relatively confidently? So 1, 2, 3, so 4. Okay. So for you, then the development part of this will be, will be key, and you'll be looking around and trying to decide what kind of environment you're working in. Is it cloud-based, or are you working on some service?